Hi everybody, in this video we will talk about moles. We have been learning moles all along. Um, we talked about in unit 2, we said that 1 mole is equal to mass that we get from the periodic table, when we say grams. In unit 3, we said 1 mole is equal to the Avogadro's number. Okay, when it says atoms, molecules, formula, units. So today we will put in this unit, unit 4, we will put the information that we learned in unit 2 and 3 together. So there is nothing new that we are learning about moles. So you need to know that mole is a unit. Mole is related to the mass or grams via periodic table. And mole is related to the particles, atoms, molecules, formula, units by this number, the Avogadro's number. You can also remember the mole trail. It's very easy. Some people actually like to work with the mole trail instead of doing the dimensional analysis. So if you have grams, okay, and then on the other side you have atoms, and you have molecules, and you have formula units. Every time you go out of the mole box, no matter which direction you go right or you go left, you're going to multiply. So going out of the mole box, you will multiply. Coming to the grams, you will multiply by the molar mass. And where do you get the molar mass from? The periodic table. So periodic table is on this side. Going from moles to this side, no matter where you go, you will multiply by the Avogadro's number. Now coming back to the moles, if you are given atoms or molecules and you need to convert it into moles, you need to divide by the Avogadro's number. And if you're coming from the grams to the moles, you need to divide by the molar mass. So this is called mole trail. Okay, both ways you're working on molar mass on this side and Avogadro's number on this side. So if you start with the mass, dimensional analysis, if you start with the mass, you put grams here, and if you have grams here, you need to have grams here. That gets from the periodic table. Okay, 1 mole goes there, and then if you have since you have 1 mole here, so the 1 mole goes here, and you have particles here, 6.02 times 10 to the 23. So you see all the setup here. This is the mass in grams. So here is grams that you get from the periodic table. 1 mole. Mole is always 1. If you're given particles, okay, then you have the particles here divided by the particles, 1 mole, and 1 mole is equal to the molar mass that you get from the periodic table. Atoms or elements, formula, units are ionic compounds, and molecules are everything but the ionic compounds. So let's do the example number 1. It says determine the formula units. So basically it's asking you to calculate the formula units. Formula units are on this side. And you are given 24.5 grams. So you are given 24.5 grams, and you need to go to the formula units in this question, example number 1. You are given 24.5 grams, okay, and you need to go to the formula units. So that means you're taking this route, okay. You have to go to the moles, and once you're at the moles, you need to go to the formula units. So what is the first thing you need to do? You need to divide by the molar mass. Okay, going from grams to moles, you divide by the molar mass. Molar mass of what? Molar mass of CaCl2. So you start with your grams, as it's given right here. If you start with mass, you're given mass. So you start with grams, you divide by the molar mass of CaCl2. Now how do you get the molar mass of CaCl2? Calcium is 40 some grams, chlorine is 35 multiplied by 2, which is 70. So you add the two together, you have 110.98. You can ignore this, 110.98 grams. So since you have 1 mole here, now 1 mole comes here and converted into formula units. So your grams get cancelled, moles get cancelled, your answer will be in formula units. You multiply all the numbers across and divide by this. Make sure you have the answer in correct significant digits, and you have to move your decimal points So example number 2, determine the mass and you're given atoms. So if you talk about mole trail, so you're given atoms this time and you need to determine the mass. So you're coming this way. So if you're coming this way, you need to divide by the Avogadro's number. Once you get to the moles, you need to multiply by the molar mass. So you divide by the Avogadro's number, which is equal to 1 mole, and then 1 mole is equal to the molar mass of carbon. So for the mass, you have to go to the periodic table. Okay, for the mass, you have to go to the periodic table. For atoms, it is the same Avogadro's number. So this is basically you're putting the information that we learned in unit 2 and 3 together for this unit. So we will just continue practicing it in the class. Thank you very much.